Okay.
Do we need napkins? Or are people going to just have messy fingers? I'm going to pass the resume back. I understand. The question is,
Can we get some?
Christine. I wrote dragon.
Let's see how this looks.
Wish I had a list.
Yeah, you did.
I don't want to go out, I just don't want, for pictures and video and stuff, it doesn't look the way that I just want it to look, does it?
Maybe over there. Back them up.
That'd be preferable.
I'm just working on this video.
Yeah. Hello, Bailey?
It's in the right over there.
Oh, I know. I'm just gonna stack them over here so that they don't look terrible out. It's grow a lot. Grow a lot. Yeah.
I don't think we should. It's like everything. Don't just take that. Borrow.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, well, wish I would have known this before. Because I'm starting just now, I'm starting to just now kind of clean that balance where I'm sleeping through the night, getting enough rest, so I can and that's it's like literally for like a year there, it's like well, I'm not very stressful, so it's like I don't do anything, so. But I felt
Just parts of it. We're streaming parts of it to YouTube live. So I did the first two shows and not the third show, and then we started. I'm not sure.
Good. How are you? Not the first time I've seen you drag it.
Okay. I don't think we're doing that much.
Yes, it's full, it's full.
Yeah.
I feel like we're
Are you
doing
still
it for the
working
heck
the
of
rest?
it. I
Yeah.
would love to have
I'm gonna be
I
doing
will be
back
there
and
for
recording
recording
as well.
Yeah, well, November.
So just to keep on.
But I'm
In case this fails. Here's red.
I don't know if I give you my card.
Well, what are the tokens?
Yeah, I find.
Put it on the download side.
Oh hi.
I feel like tomorrow
Sure,
that
I
would be
thought-
the end of October.
thought there was some sort of issue with the actor.
Actors are nice.
That was the reason we weren't recording. Yeah. Equity issue or something.
Lucy.
I can ask again and see if that's still the same.
If it were like.
This was in a backup place. I don't know if you want it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, right. I totally agree. There's a use for it.
I just had him lock it because he accidentally unlocked it. So, yeah, let me do that.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sure. And then
There you are. All right. So here's the speaker. Okay. It's I can either use it wirelessly or you can. I brought a cord for it. Okay. Power's on like that. Fabulous. Wife, you want to be back there? Or do you want to be up here? I don't. I can be wherever. Okay. I'll come join you back there.
Hi, I'm Garrick. I'm MC.
Sure.
There is a difference.
No, I'm happy to wait.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
But people have them? Because we like to do a little talk back. You were discussing.
No, I'd love to do that. That would be.
Okay.
That would be
All right.
like,
I'm good.
oh, hi. I know. So yesterday, I don't have my laptop with me. I have my phone and like a phone. And
Yeah,
both
just
of them are
leave that
bad at
here.
doing and good at doing different things on the internet. And I have really touching my email on my phone and tablet.
Anyway, so we're emailing back and forth. When I get it didn't stick. Email, I love it.
So we can talk during the day.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
This is why they chose me to MC, because I'm loud and large. Welcome to Chameleon's 15th annual New Play Festival. We've been doing a new play contest for 16 years now. The first year, we only had, I think, 3 submissions, so we didn't have the festival. This year, we received almost 350 plays, which give our readers a whole lot to read over the course of a couple months. And today, we are presenting the winners. Yay! First off, we have Page 10 by Amy Ryder, directed by Megan Kudrowski. Megan, are you guys all ready? All right. The floor is yours. And just so you know, after every show, we do like to do a little talk back with the cast and crew to see what the audience thought, because we are recording these to send to the playwrights so they can get feedback. Yay! Feedback's awesome. Anyways, so we do that after every show, and here we go.
I have a funny feeling.
Well, something has to happen soon. Usually it's on page 10.
On page 10,
The first turning point. It has to happen on page 10.
something will happen. A crisis.
No, that's later. An intrusion.
What will happen?
Something will upset the apple cart, turn things around, and spin you off in another direction.
Shall I go on a journey?
Or a stranger comes to town.
What if someone says
Don't be silly, then the play would end.
something? Sure it happens on page 10 then. How do you know?
Well, if this is a full-length play, there are rules.
But what if this isn't a full-length play?
Just hope that it is, for your sake.
Well, what page are we on now?
Page 2.
We're only on page 2? This is unbearable.
Try to set the scene.
All right. What is our relationship?
I'm your husband.
We're happy.
Yes, we seem happy. But you are longing for something.
Glad I was happy.
Something more.
You don't seem like my husband.
Don't I?
You seem more like a doctor.
A doctor.
You're about to tell me that I'm ill. Oh, very ill.
I see.
I was very happy. You had a successful career. My family life was great. I was doing all the right things, and then I just died.
But that makes you so passive. A victim.
Oh, I can't see. I'm not near my husband.
So you are a man.
What page are we on?
We're on page 3.
7 pages. 7 pages to be happy and innocent, to take joy in life.
Yes.
All the time in the world. We could have a banquet. We could be Thanksgiving. All of us together, happy, enjoying ourselves, not knowing.
Never know. Or someone comes to dinner. Someone unexpected.
A stranger.
A long-lost loved one.
A child that is up for adoption.
Your father.
My father.
I think I'm your doctor.
Why would my doctor be having Thanksgiving with me?
Why wouldn't he?
What page are we on?
Page 4.
To embrace each other. Make love to me.
But I'm your father.
You're my husband.
I think I'm your doctor.
Yes, the doctor I've loved secretly for all hold the world in our hands. A few pages. Why don't we sing? Why don't we dance? What's wrong with us? Any moment, it's all going to fall down around us. Some horrendous, seismic thing is going to happen. Everything will change, and we only have these times again. Love me, and let's be happy together.
We're not happy.
We're not happy now. Then what hope is there? We must be before it changes.
We are blind. It is a dumb show, a puppet show. Your happiness is ignorance.
No, don't say that.
Your eyes will be open.
No, I will close my eyes and be happy.
You are blind, and the veil will be ripped from your face, and you will see the truth.
I know the truth now that our lives are a precious miracle. Just be content with me before it's too late. What page are we on?
I've lost track.
You've lost track. I thought you knew everything.
No, I don't know anything.
I was counting on you to tell me.
Sorry.
What will you do?
Just go on, not knowing.
I have to know. How can you prepare?
You will not be prepared.
Perhaps you know and you can't tell me.
I don't know.
I'll pay you. Just tell me what you want. Tell me.
I don't know.
We're somewhere. Floating in time, not knowing what page we're on.
Yes.
Not knowing you could be happy or should be happy.
I don't know. I would rather know the truth than be happy.
You act like people know the
No, I don't.
truth. You have neither. You don't know the truth and you aren't happy. That makes you an idiot.
Don't abuse me.
A little time.
A couple of pages ago, we had plenty of time.
That was a couple of pages ago when I knew what page we were on. Now I don't know.
Don't be so obsessed with what page we're on. That's your problem. You're a page counter.
I just like to have some idea of what's going to happen and when.
We don't know and we can't know.
We're wasting time arguing about it. I was trying to be happy.
You're the one who's arguing. You were starting to be happy, and then you got all confused and distracted, worrying about page numbers.
Yes. Forget about that.
Yes.
9, 8 minutes.
Until page 10.
Now you're bringing it up. I thought we were going to forget about that.
Right.
For a moment when I knew that moment was coming, I knew I was willing just to love my life just for a moment. I'm already forgetting. I'm forgetting. Where were we?
Who knows?
Stay with me, won't you?
I can't be here always.
But you'll be with me on page 10. That's what I was trying to remember. You'll be with me on page 10.
I don't know. I can't say.
Promise you'll be with me. Be there without me.
Can't promise.
Promise me!
All right. I promise. I'll stay.
Good. Whatever it is, I'm happy to help
Doubt it.
you. How could it only happen to me?
It doesn't only happen to you. It happens to everyone, but this is your play, so in this case, it only happens to you. And something else will happen to me in a different play.
You have your own play?
Yes, of course.
I realize. I appreciate that.
How could you not know?
I don't know. That's bad.
I'm my own person. I have my own story. We all.
Maybe that was part of my lesson. That's what makes it sound like a lesson.
Hope so.
Like I forget.
How can you forget what you didn't know?
I think I did know.
The truth was inside of you all along, and you forgot.
I was thinking about page 10. What page is we on now?
I think we're very close.
Where should I be? Should I sit? Should I stand? What if I'm undressed?
It doesn't matter.
I want to be prepared in a dignified manner.
You can't count on being dignified. You probably won't be.
Glad you're with me.
I have to go.
What?
I have to go now.
Why?
I just told you because I have my own play.
You're my husband.
I'm your doctor. I don't have time for my page 10. I have to go meet it.
Don't leave me.
You'll be all right.
What happens after page 10?
Complications, crisis, then you will know.
I'm afraid to know.
But you need to know.
Oh my God. It's page 10. I can feel it.
Bye.
All right, that was page 10 by Amy Kreider. Any initial thoughts? I know it's early in the morning. What did you guys think as a 10-minute play for page 10? Did it work? Did it have a beginning, middle, end?
It definitely did. I really appreciate the way that it's structured. It really does. It really is formulated to be like that 10 minutes that works and takes you through like the process. Like we understand where we're going. We get there.
What did you guys think when you were rehearsing?
I thought it was a fun little piece. I like the fact that in the end, it ends up being a little more serious than you think at the start. And I really enjoy that journey.
A lot happens. A lot of different things.
You enjoyed this experience? Oh, all in.
I enjoyed it because I think it's so that you were working on some difficult stuff. Well, I like the play that yeah.
It's fun. We generally notice that the 10-minute plays are the ones that discuss and delve into the mechanics of playwriting the most out of any other play format. I don't know whether it's the idea that, hey, I can examine one aspect of playwriting.
And you wouldn't want to see
You wouldn't want to see an hour-long.
hour-long.
version.
Let's talk about playwriting.
There's not a lot of time to cover anything.
Right.
Really.
Right.
And there's not enough time to develop too much of an art. So talking about the structure that you're working with. Yeah.
And also the metaphor or the examination of the life and how the 10 minutes is. Everyone has their own journey and their own story. This is life. And they,
But the 10-minute play encapsulates the kind of structure of a larger play and also the life.
yes.
All the two stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Peter still likes.
The idea that anybody in our play could have their own just as interesting story. Character actually does have their own entire life, even if you're just walking around in a crowd as an actor. You have to bring that character's whole every life.
I think that's what I like most about it. As the director, when I first read it, the fact that Shane's character says, well, I have my own play. And it's like, in this play, maybe it's all about Holly, but in Shane's play, it's all about Shane. And every character in a play has their own play, and figuring out what that is, I think is really
Well done. Well done. Thank you. Our next play coming up is Colonial Diner by Jack Cartle, directed by Scott Gilbert. You need a minute or two, Scott? All right. So I'll blather on. A couple things. This is Chameleon's 15th Annual New Play Festival. If you did not get a program, they are over on the table, along with postcards and season brochures for our upcoming season, which we will have a little sneak peek of around lunchtime. So feel free to stick around all day. Also, with the all day, if you do stay all day, at the end of the day, we are voting on the best play of the festival, in your opinion. So after the last show, we'll hand out little voting cards. You can fill those out, turn them in, and we will pick a grand finale winner, because art is not subjective. We want a winner. What else can I tell you? Anything else I'm missing, Andrew? No. I don't think so. Okay. Oh, and there's also free food here, so help yourselves. If you are not an early person, there's coffee. If we end up being behind schedule at the end of the day, I'll win. All right, we have. I guess people are already like, I know where this is going. We have The Colonial Diner by Jack Cartle.
Late at night, in a diner somewhere along the exceedingly straight stretch of cracked, weed-pocked highway, reaching out across America's seamless, endless landscape, has some small, nameless Midwestern town where everyone grows corn or soybean or some other bland staple filled with starch that makes up the unhealthy portion of the American diet. The diner signs build neon lights over red vinyl seats, cracked from the weight of petty heartbreaks and minor tragedies, and cheap formica tables worn to a shine by the tears of uncrowned prom queens and football heroes who drop the game-winning catch. Hands of the clock on the wall point to 2 o'clock. They do not move throughout the play. The sign on the wall reads, open 24 hours. In another, home of the bottomless cup of coffee. It is not the only bottomless tea. It is November 4th, 2008, night of Barack Obama won the 2008 presidential election. A vaguely Hispanic-looking cook, dressed in white, grease-stained cook's uniform and apron, is vacuuming the floor, while a slightly bigoted but lonely old man with no place else to go sits at the last occupied table, sipping a cup of coffee while watching the TV over the counter. On the table in front of him is stacked dirty cups of coffee, 5 or 10 of them. The cook, annoyed, glares at him as he vacuums, but the old man pretends not to know. The cook keeps vacuuming and glaring at the old man. The old man keeps pretending not to know. And finally, the cook takes out the hose of the vacuum cleaner, reaches the end of it into the old man's cup, sucking the coffee out of it.
Cheater.
That was a hint.
Hints are for crosswords and detective novels. If you want to say something, say it.
Go home.
The sign says unlimited refill.
While we're open.
The sign also says open 24 hours.
That sign says a lot of things that aren't true.
Then you should specify that on the sign.
The cook plugs the vacuum back in.
How am I supposed to hear the TV with that thing on?
I gotta clean. You know that.
Use a broom.
It'll take me 5 times as long.
So, you got someplace to go, Jose? A hot date, maybe?
My name is not Jose.
The cook reluctantly gets the broom and begins sweeping the floor while the old man watches. After a moment, a young and still hopeful waitress, who hasn't yet been beaten down by life, enters and stays right, wearing an apron and carrying a cup of coffee identical to the ones the old man had come with. She looks around, surprised to find herself holding the cup. She is disappointed and sighs. Here.
Where else would she be?
I guess that can work.
Big surprise.
Here, I brought you a refill.
Thank you, my dear.
Don't give him that.
It's nice to see some people still appreciate the virtues of civility,
Why are you encouraging him?
Oh, relax.
especially this coffee.
What's wrong with my coffee?
It's stale and cold.
It's so bad you're on your 16th cup.
It's so weak it takes 16 cups.
I'm surprised you playing this game with him. Never win.
We'll see about that.
Hey, some of us are trying to hear that.
Anything for you,
Nothing yet. Everyone's just waiting.
So now we're going to be here all night.
He's afraid he won't have time to hide before immigration gets here.
I'm in a hurry because it's time to close.
How do you even know what time it is?
Clock says 2.
But which two?
I don't know.
Look outside. Is it light or dark?
Dark. No? Light. Wait. Which one starts again?
The one with the... Not sure.
The one where you're tired. I remember that.
I'm old.
Then I guess it's night.
So we're closed.
The waitress sits down at the table. The old man takes out a stack of bills out of her empty pocket.
Don't leave him be. It's going to take him forever to return it.
The old man and cook see the money and look at each other surprised.
Where did you get that?
My tips, what do you think I wrote?
How? We barely had any customers.
I say I'm gonna flip off.
Starts counting the money.
Oh, look, I think there's something finally happening.
Is it over?
The cook quickly goes to a neighboring booth, lifts the seat cushion, and looks underneath without the waitress. He looks over at the old man who is watching him.
My mistake. I suppose I'm just so excited I got ahead of myself.
You getting my hopes up for no reason?
He stops counting the money and shakes her wrist.
God, I'm gonna I'm carrying all those strings.
You can't have carpal tunnel syndrome.
Why not?
Because you're a waitress. Carpal tunnel is something you get if you work in an office at a computer.
So what's it called for the week?
Work.
Well, whatever it is. Hopefully this will make it all good.
I don't know why you bother. It all comes out the same.
Now, you never know. Find some else to have.
Help me clean up.
I don't understand how you cannot be mesmerized by this, Julio.
My name is not Julio.
This guy's gonna do big things for immigrants like you.
I'm from California.
Never thought I'd see the day when this country elected a black president.
Don't jinx it. It hasn't happened yet.
Not to worry, my dear. It is a foregone conclusion we are watching the American dream at work. A mixed-race child born to a poor single mother works hard, does well in school, and goes on to become president of the United States. Like a fairy tale out of a book. Who wouldn't vote for that?
Like you voted. You haven't left that booth all day.
In here, Julio, in here.
Didn't you vote for Obama?
You?
Well, no. It's not because I didn't want to. It's because I'm stuck here. If I could get away, this is amazing. All those parents telling their kids you can grow up to be anything you want, even the president. Who knew it was true?
Yeah, my mom told me that's
Of Mexico.
My point is, for every Obama, there are 10,000 other kids just like him who ended up joining the gang, getting shot, or going to jail, or becoming some other cliche.
You, my friend, have a very pessimistic view of the world. It must be a result of growing up in such a poor and war-torn place.
I grew up in Los Angeles.
I rest my case.
Well, I'm how often do you get to see the whole country change right before your eyes?
Nothing's gonna change.
How can you say that? That's what this whole campaign is about.
Oh yeah, I forgot. He's just gonna breeze into office tomorrow and everything's suddenly gonna be fixed. The economy, the wars, poverty, the fact that they won't stop making American Idol. And he's gonna do it all without wrinkling.
Is that in his speech?
And how many times have we heard that same exact speech? Believe what you want to believe. But he gets elected or not, we're still going to be right here tomorrow. And if you think any differently, you're in for a rude awakening. All these empty platitudes and cliches about change and hope are just that. Empty.
Don't listen to him, dear. He's just bitter because he had to abandon his wife and child to be tortured by his country's despotic regime, so he could chase that brilliant, glowing ember of freedom off in the distance that is America. Live in the trunk of a car for days and then just dump like a sack of garbage on this side of the border without a penny to his name, forced to work in the fields, picking grapes under the blistering sun so rich Americans could have a glass of Cabernet with dinner. The only place he could find to sleep, a ramshackle old barn leaking cold, icy rain onto his naked brow.
I thought you said there was
I'm on a roll. Denying himself even the most basic comforts so he could send home whatever measly nickels and dimes he was able to scrimp, hoping and dreaming that if he worked hard, he might be able to aspire to one of the few good jobs this country has to offer people like him, working at McDonald's, or, dare he dream, Taco Bell. Well, after years of struggling and getting nowhere, he's been forced to face the fact that the brilliant, beckoning light of truth calling to him from off in the distance was really just the nighttime glare of a 24-hour Walmart.
Have you seen a map
Do you know where California is?
Don't worry. You don't have to pretend it's us. We're not the federales.
I would kick you out right now if I didn't feel so sorry for you. Living all alone in your roach-infested room in one of those sketchy residence hotels by an abandoned warehouse. A giant neon sign flashing outside your window all night. No vacancy. No vacancy. No vacancy. Or better yet, part of the sign is burnt out and it just flashes. No. No! While you eat your dinner straight out of a can, standing over the sink, your only company, 8 cats who, when you die and there's no one left to feed them, will be forced to eat the rotting flesh off your face.
Whoa, what's wrong with you?
He started it.
A little cliche on the whole, but the local neon sign is a nice touch.
Thanks.
More like children, I swear.
Now, if you don't mind turning the sound back.
Beatrice finishes killing her.
Oh my God.
What, my dear?
I did it. I finally did.
Did what?
I finally saved up the money I need to get out of this place. I can't believe it. Now I can finally get on that rickety old Greyhound at least once a week from the gas station across the road and get out of this one horse town for the big city.
Good for you, my dear. I told you you could do it.
No more of the same tedious waiting and hoping. No more running day after day just to end up in the same place. Everything is going to be completely different from now on.
Put the money in the pocket of Ray.
And what will you do in this city, my dear?
Going to get a job as a waitress. Just to pay the bills while I go on auditions and acting classes, so someday I can make it big on Broadway. Ah! Tomorrow! I love you! Tomorrow! You're only... Even though I'm moderately pretty and a very American girl next door kind of way, but I'm nothing special really. And there are like 50,000 other girls just like me trying to do the exact same thing. But I am determined and will keep plugging away year after year, getting rejection after rejection. While I live on Wonder Bread and ramen noodles in a one-bedroom apartment I share with 3 roommates. Until one day, I'm a big Broadway producer at the restaurant where I work. He tells me I'm perfect for the lead in his new show. And of course he sleeps with it. But that's okay, because it's for my art. And I'll only later find out the part is really just to run my walk on and off Broadway show in the basement of an East Village theater. But in the meantime, I've lost my job because I missed an shifts in rehearsal and the economy being what it is. I'll have to resort to selling my body. That'll be tough at first, but eventually I'll get used to it. But the drugs help, of course. And then one night, I'll wake up in a strange hotel with some man I don't recognize, puffing on top of me while dressed for some inexplicable reason as a clown, and it'll just be too much. I'll get up and wander out into the night, distraught, stumbling onto the nearest bridge, and climbing up on the handrail, and taking a deep breath before ending it once a crawl. My bloated corpse will be revealed in 3 days later by a pair of homeless men, wishing for empty soda cans off the curb.
Sounds like what?
Just an outline, really. I haven't given it much thought. I'm trying to stay open to anything.
I'm sure if anyone can do it, it's you, my dear.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's so exciting. Oh, wow. I just better pack my stuff before I catch that bus.
She takes her apron off and puts it on the table and runs out excited. They wait for her to exit, and then the old man goes to the neighboring booth to book the protect early and lifts the cushion.
Sorry, Jack.
Yes, but the money is different here, and I'm guessing the Mexican education system doesn't teach math.
Big state. Next to Nevada, lots of sun. You can't miss it.
It's all gone.
I told you.
Well, What happened to her?
She has to know.
She doesn't know.
How does she keep finding the money then?
Why does she keep putting up with all of this if she knows?
Because maybe you keep getting her hopes up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're making her believe that she's getting out of here.
So, what's wrong with letting her have hopes?
You call them hopes. I call them delusions.
In line, my friend.
It's not fair. We both know she's not going anywhere.
We know no such thing.
Yes, we do. It's always the same thing. The enthusiastic young waitress, big dreams, saving up money to escape her small town and run off to the city. Just when she finally has enough cash, well, her mother gets sick and needs an operation, or the evil bank manager from town threatens to foreclose on the family farm. So she has to stay here and ends up getting trapped, growing increasingly bitter as her dreams slip further and further away, becoming meaner and meaner to her customers until finally she gets fired for throwing a piece of pie at the homecoming queen. Eventually, she becomes that old lady none of the kids will ring her doorbell on Halloween because they think she must.
You underestimate the great spirit of America. This country is a grand and sprawling blank canvas on which you can paint for yourself any life you wish. You only need want it badly enough and work hard enough, and eventually she will.
No, she won't. Get that through your thick skull. Nothing changes. Just look at us. The Mexican cook, the cantankerous old man who sits at the diner all day drinking coffee because he's got no place else to go. These are stereotypes from like 1956. We're still stuck with them.
And I'm impressed you've become so familiar with our cultural tropes. I'm sure it was quite a struggle for you with your limited English. I applaud your attempt at assimilation.
I grew up playing Little League and eating hot dogs. I have a master's degree in English from Berkeley.
Ah, now we know how it is you ended up working here.
It's honest work.
I've seen what you put in the meatloaf. There's nothing honest about it.
You're an ass.
Cook returned to sleeping. The old man watched.
Well, what? You know what?
I did it last night and the night before.
You're the one who says nothing ever changes.
You do it for once.
No, I can't.
And why not?
Because I'm the harmless and eccentric old man who speaks in vague aphorisms that have the ring of wisdom but don't really mean anything. You're the illegal. Desperate for money to send back to your family over the border. Everyone knows you wetbacks can't be trusted.
That's it!
The cook lunges at the old man. The old man moves to the other side of the table to avoid him.
Come on, Jesus. Surely you wouldn't harm an old man.
The old man again, and the old man avoids him. The cook chases the old man around.
If you get arrested, they'll deport you.
I'm gonna shove this broom up your wrinkly old ass.
See, this is exactly the kind of thing that gives you people a bad name.
The cook catches the old man and raises the broom to him.
You don't want me to call immigration, do you?
The last time, I am not from...
Do you really think it matters?
The cook lets go of the old man and picks up the waitress's apron from the table. He looks off to make sure she's not coming and takes the money from the apron.
What?
You know the rules, sticky fingers. Only enough to keep her from leaving.
That's all I took.
There it is!
Cook puts some of the money back in the waitress's apron and returns the apron to the table. He then puts the money that he took into the secret room.
Now that's how I expect a wetback like you to act.
The waitress re-enters with the soup.
What is all the yelling out here?
It was his fault!
You two are acting like spoiled children. This is a big night for me, and I won't let you ruin it. Now, both of you, make hands and make up.
The old man and cook don't.
I didn't say!
Cook holds out his hand to the old man. The old man takes it to his hand. The old man goes to pull his hand away. Cook holds the hand for an extra moment, squeezing it hard. Finally, he lets the old man pull his hand.
See, isn't that so much better?
The old man sits back down at his
Geez, tonight is so exciting. I wonder what else will happen.
A young couple, ridiculously handsome, clean-cut high school football player who is good-hearted but as dumb as a box of rocks. And a pretty blonde cheerleader who has way too much enthusiasm for absolutely everything. Wanders on laughing. The cheerleader breaks into a cheer.
Go, excessively violent, or game. Feeling just better for the war.
I told you.
Oh, I knew you'd do it. I am so P-R-O-U-E of you, and so fun.
Oh, gee, Billy, I didn't see you. Hey, where's the gang?
The gang?
My teammates. We just won the big homecoming day. We came here to celebrate.
Because we are way too old to catch the bar.
Plus, I'm driving, and that would be against the law.
Union you, union I. What's that stuff? Being responsible, yeah!
You guys don't play football, do you?
Gave it away.
I believe you, my friends, are in the wrong place.
We want the continental diner, where they serve the naive innocence of American youth. This is the colonial diner, where the specialty is the falsity of the American dream and the ability of representation.
Oh,
Oh, I can't believe you did that. It's a common mistake. We get the wrong kind of cliches wandering in here all the time.
You should see the corrupt out of touch douchebags at the Capitol diner.
let's go, baby. It's way too dark and depressing in here.
And it's so vaguely it was disappointing and moved.
That's my Bengay.
We were really looking for more of an atmosphere of healthy
Exuberance.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy it while you can, young man, because next week you're going to drop the game-winning catch in the state championship, losing your scholarship, and without it, you won't be able to afford college. So you'll have to stick around here and work to save up, but with no skills and an inadequate public school education, you won't have many options, and you'll find you have no choice but to join the Army. There's a recruitment center in every one of these dying towns. And 6 months later, you'll find yourself in the Middle East, trying to spread democracy and win hearts and minds.
You're getting weak there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who do we wait for? Where's the Muslim? The Muslim. Go, we're on terror.
He can be president.
Ah, we cheer for the war now, but it won't seem like such a good idea when you're on a routine patrol one day with 5 other boys just like you from places just like this, and a roadside bomb goes off under your Humvee. Oh, you're lucky. You only lose a leg and all hope of ever playing ball again. But you watch 3 of your friends die. And after they send you home, you find yourself unable to hold down the job and waking up screaming in the middle of the night.
That sounds terrible.
You'll be there for him, of course, now that you're his wife. You got married in a hurry when you found out you were pregnant from that one moment of weakness in the back seat of his car after prom when you didn't lose protection because you thought it couldn't happen your first time. It's not your fault they cut out sex ed. But you have your own problems now, having to rely on food stamps to feed your baby and,
Come on, baby. This place is creeping me out.
The old man has a sudden heart attack.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Cortex harmful. Trade Pattern Square. But we just saved on Medicare. Go! These kids that need something of it.
Why'd you going through that?
They're young. They have the rest of their lives to be stuck in a place like this. Good talk.
You, my dear, are a softie.
What can I say? Having a good food tonight.
You hear the sound of a bus pulling up to a stop and a foreign honking.
How do I get my phone?
He picks up her apron from the table and takes out the money.
Yes, that means it's time to...
He realizes some of the money is gone.
Wait, where's my... Oh. It's happening again.
What, my
The
dear?
money I saved has been gone.
Wow. That is strange.
Damn it! How does it keep disappearing like this?
Jorge?
Me?
I'm an old man. When I was your age, a movie cost 5 cents. What do I know about where money goes these days?
Well, see, life is expensive. And it's rent, food, car payments, student loans. It's amazing you can hold on to any of your money at all.
That's the best you can come up with. It's prosaic. It lacks poetry and pathos. You, my friend, are an amateur.
Well, then where did it go?
Obviously, your husband took it when he left you for that other woman.
My husband left me for another woman?
Yes, of course.
He thinks my self-esteem.
I suppose he could have lost his hand in a horrible tractor accident instead. But then you would have had to feed him and wash him and let him dress your naked skin with that bloody stump he now has.
Okay, let me out!
When they closed the factory in town and shipped his job to China, oh, he put on a great face, but anyone could see he no longer felt like a real man. Some days he wouldn't even get out of bed. The only thing he had any interest in was the carnival that came to town last summer. For some reason, it cheered him up. Maybe it reminded him of an idyllic past where the worries of marriage and mortgages. So he went back day after day. He didn't think anything of it, even when he went on and on about the beautiful female sword swallower. But then one night, he ran out to buy cigarettes and knew something was up because he didn't even smoke. An hour went by, and then another, and finally, he decided to go look for him. Even though it was snowing so hard, you could barely see 6 inches in front of your face. He was nowhere to be found. But, he was by the town square. That carnival had pulled up stakes and disappeared into the night, and he knew then that he had taken the money and run off with the sword swallower. That woman could put a 3-foot saber down her throat. How are you supposed to compete with that?
So heartbreaking.
Thank you.
Got to be kidding.
Is there a problem?
How much longer are we going to keep doing this?
Doing what?
We have to
Careful.
Tell me what?
Haven't you ever wondered why this happens over and over, night after night?
But I just figured I'd work harder and save more.
No, don't you see? That's what they want you to think.
Carlos?
It's all just a game. The rules are rigged to keep you stuck here. You can never get away. It is true, because the codger and I made sure
Carlos here stole your money.
What?
Yes, yes, of course.
You said my husband took it.
Who do you think your husband hired to take it?
No, no way.
No one knows. Everyone knows his kind will take any job, no matter how degrading.
Not laying this on me.
Well, what were you doing while we were talking with those kids? We weren't watching you.
So?
Well, you people have to be watched constantly or else you steal. That's the only reason you come here. steal our money, our health care, our jobs.
You want my gun so bad? Here, it's yours.
Cook holds out the broom to the old man, who doesn't take it. Falls on the floor with a
But we've worked together forever. You wouldn't do that to me.
I'm sure he didn't mean to do it, but he doesn't have a choice. Just look at him. He's so poor, he's wearing the exact same clothes he wore yesterday and the day before that.
It's a uniform.
You hear the bus honking for a while again.
You don't do this. That money is all I have in the world.
I can't really find it. It's the only thing that makes sense, Carlos.
My name is not Carlos. It's not Juan. It's not Jesus. It's not even Julio.
You don't even have a name. You're just the cook. You want me to call you that?
You know what? That's it. I'm done with this shit.
Oh, wait, please. Oh, no. I'm just going to leave any minute. What do I do?
The same thing we always do, I suppose. Wait.
They wait. A moment later, the cook re-enters from stage right, still in a huff and holding a cup of coffee, identical to those on the old man's table. He stops and looks around.
God damn it!
Surprise.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
He slams the coffee cup down on the old man's table.
Thanks for the refill. I see you're learning.
The last honk from the bus off stage.
What time?
It's two. Always two.
But which two?
The sound of the bus starting its engine and driving off into the distance.
Yeah. I thought something was just going to be cliches and it perhaps not the happy ending.
Just because something's cliche doesn't mean you think it's true.
Why don't we put off this thing?
It's amazing what you put up with today if you believe tomorrow will be different.
You really think tomorrow will be different?
Who knows? Maybe he will change things after.
Over?
Really?
I believe so. Yes.
Turn it up. We should hear it.
Still finish cleaning.
Do that later. How often do you get to see the whole country change right before your eyes?
And besides, Jose, where do you have to go?
The cook turns on the volume of the TV. Hello, Chicago. If there is anyone out there who still doubts that the American is a place where all things are possible, who still wonders if the dreams of our founders are alive in our time, who still question the authority of democracy, tonight is your answer. Enlighten.
Which I have. Alright, that was the Colonial Diner by Jack Carp. Any initial thoughts? It's still early, isn't it?
I'm glad was an old man. I got to sit through it.
You'll be both.
So, what do you guys think of the examination of tropes and the use of cliches a lot in this show? Actors, you can feel
I think our audience is stuck in Twilight. I personally, I thought it was a fun read. I mean, there's some love that's between the cook and the old man because they know they're just completely stuck in this situation. It's almost as if usually when you watch an episode of Twilight Zone, the participants aren't self-aware, but we seem very acutely aware of our station and what's going on. And it's played dumb for a lot of stuff. Just to mess with you.
Now, was the Twilight Zone music required in the script?
No, no choice, and also I specifically had the podium. The piece reminded me of Mexican play, where you've got the urns and people talking but they never engage. It's a very make-believe feeling.
What the audience think of the use of Twilight Zone? Does that set the theme for the show?
It's kind of I think it really works and helps set the tone as well for making the stage directions presentable and entertaining as well, instead of it just being stage directions.
Because the stage directions are filled with so many of the cliches that I didn't want people to lose that. Right.
And it works in there. Which is interesting because most stage directions aren't spoken, so how would that be transferred to live stuff? Or you have Rod Serling.
I was totally different in just the same solid ideas and hat that I had, hunting on it and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, that happened.
And he said, and it also said, we speak the language, and not the language of hunting, but it's that I read it one time when I was rolling along the floor having a heart attack. I'm losing my place a lot. I think which I thought was good for us being kind of static and then having young people.
Very colorful. Now, what did the audience think of the cliches, and then also really with the playwright focusing in on the 2008 election?
And then we sort of see you go some time passing. Also references from 1956 all the way to the election. So in so I think that answer that question very well. Also do a slice of life.
That's a completely different movie.
Yes.
Completely different feel of the show.
I'm Team James.
And how difficult it is to get rid of the prejudices and the tropes and the assumptions that you make about people. While we have Barack Obama in the White House, we also have Ferguson going on. So with the prejudice, so important. Yeah. I personally like the idea that there's a whole row of diners with all these different cliches in that, and then we're all in our own.
I was really sad to find out that his name
James. Another J name. So.
It's fun to play with
Yeah, I think this is probably the first time in my life I've had to tell an old man to go fuck himself. Thank you for that.
Any other comments? All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. We're going to get set up for the next show. A couple more announcements. If you